gave out. So I'm going to record this too.
22, Trevor Closer.
Yeah.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 17, Peyton Giddings.
There's no reason it would have disconnected.
The pitcher, number 28, McCoy Rippentrop. Rapid City is coached by Jace Caldwell, Sean Keller, and Dan Hagel.
It just went completely offline. Like I did nothing now. Did it unplug? There's no reason it would have under the record.
It's still showing, but it's only got one bar there.
At this time, we are proud to welcome South Dakota American Legion Department Commander Kevin Morello, who will lead the teams in
as long as I'm plugged in. Okay, well, I get that we are frozen at the moment, but hold tight. I have faith. Plus, anyways, you guys are probably watching the recording right now if you're seeing any of this, because, well, I'm not streaming. So, you guys are fine. Hello, recording watchers. This is an exclusive for you. The whole thing looks like it's... Well, we're going to read the little code here. My personal favorite stanza is to keep yourself fit, because it's a very ambiguous term.
You know what's supposed to face what direction on it?
I don't know if there is a direction to it.
Let's play baseball.
Because that tower that's right behind the middle school, that's a private tower. Right?
In earlier action in this tournament, on day one, it was Sioux Falls West Post 15 defeating Aberdeen Post 24 3-0.
All right. Well, McCoy Rippentrop, the big righty, coming out on the mound. Rippentrop well beyond his years on this Junior Legion squad.
And Pierre Post 8 defeating Rapid City Post 320 shooters 5-1. In earlier action today, it was Brookings Post 74 9, Rapid City Post 320 shooters 2. And
You tried just giving it a reset?
15-6, Watertown Post 17
I'm not using it, so you can
Oh,
do
okay.
anything you want to
Go ahead and shut
do.
it down.
Yeah.
Mate.
We remind you
Turn it
that
off,
these
back
games are
on.
live streamed. They are on Facebook. You can find them at Pierre Post 8 Baseball. Search for Pierre Post 8 Baseball. You'll find the games live streamed.
Yeah.
You can also follow them on the Game Changer app.
Give it a few seconds and then plug her
One other
back
request. If you have sunflower seeds, we ask
Right.
that you would split them into
My
a cup.
guess is that'll work.
You can get a cup at the concession stand. A lot of people are working very hard to keep this
Takes
facility
a couple.
looking nice.
Yeah.
We ask
Yeah.
that you would honor
Oh, I get that, but
Thank
it
you.
should work. I don't see why it wouldn't.
Guy.
I mean, it was perfect a moment ago, so it'll be back. It'll be back. All right, so Rippentrop on the mound here, getting ready to go. Carter Brager behind the dish, going to be calling the game for him. Rippentrop. He's made a few spot starts over the last 2 years for the Hard Hats. He is definitely a guy who would have normally been on the Hard Hats by now had there not been such a senior roadblock of pitchers between Walters, Kelly, Negebauer, Leidy, a lot of guys who are definitely showing their seniority and carrying over year after year. So there we go. We are going to be ready to go. Jahil Aviles up to bat for the Smittys.
Post 24 in the first inning. The center fielder, number 3, Jahil Aviles.
Oh yeah, 517. We got that prediction from the Post 8 junior manager, and he's exactly right. First pitch is a ball.
Game time temperature 103 degrees.
Aviles, swing and a miss, strike one. We got a lefty here, not something I don't think we saw at any point in that game against Watertown. Swung on and grounded up the middle, and it'll get through into center. Aviles with a leadoff single for the Smittys. Gotta watch out. Expos surrendered 3 in the opening inning of last game.
The shortstop, Number 1, Ridley Waldo.
Rippentrop, definitely an ace-type arm at this level. But he's got to get through the lineup. Ridley Waldo up to bat. Also got to keep the runs scored or the runs allowed down, as it will likely be important tomorrow.
And this has one door, so I don't know what the heck.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything for you, does it?
No, but I don't know why it wouldn't. It's just that way. I mean, I was expecting to barely be online anyways, so this isn't like a earth-shaking thing. I'll tether off myself here in the meantime, and then as soon as it kicks back on, it'll override.
Will it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what I was gonna ask.
Okay, well, hit by pitch. And it looks like we're going to get the first 2 batters reaching base for
Batting
Aberdeen.
third, the second baseman, number 11, Carson Borgie.
Technically worse pace than yesterday, though practically really not. Well, practically it's about the same actually, but anyways, well, showing a bunt here is Borgie. Infield playing very short. Schlosser right there. It's grounded right back up the middle. Handled by Rippentrop. He throws to first, and the out recorded. The sacrifice bunt moves both runners in the scoring position.
Batting fourth, first baseman, number 2, Mike Dudenhofer.
So Borgie's sac bunt moves them along. And Dudenhofer now up. Oh, it's working. You don't have to hold it the whole time. But yeah, we're back. Thank you. All right.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
I have to sort of work on it, so.
Oh, it doesn't even matter if you.
I just gotta turn it off for a moment.
Kind of a fairly good breeze now.
All right. Well, welcome back, everybody. Sorry, there was a little bit of a just a finicky thing going on. It should be all right now. But we got a backup now ready to go in the event. Just to give you that audio call. But at the moment, 2 men on, both in scoring position, hit hard into right. Hassett back on it. He makes the grab. And tagging up to score is Aviles. And the Smittys will put up their first run of the state tournament. Either of them, actually. Or I guess there's like 4.
Batting fifth,
But
the right fielder,
you get it.
number 8, Joe
So
Conley.
Aviles makes it on base with a single, moves to second on a hit by pitch, and then sacrifice bunt to third, sacrifice bunt to home. Waldo stays. Dudenhofer gets a run in the process, or gets an RBI in the process. And the Smittys take a lead. Expos cannot allow many runs here. They're already allowed the most of anybody in game 1 out of the group. And they, of course, do have to win the game. Joe Cogley, up to bat, takes a ball just a little high. 2-0. Rippentrop allowed 1 hit by pitch and single to start off. Since then, it's been sacrifices. There's a strike. Sometimes I'm really confident, and then I just kind of wait, and I'm like, are they going to make the right call there? And that time they did. 2-1. Fouled back over our heads
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for
into
$1.
probably the
Sponsored
street,
by
and
Wahi Glass and
the
Lawn
street
Chair
right
Game.
across. I'm not hearing any car horns though, so I don't think it broke anybody or their cars, but no guarantees.
Like I said, that's why Wahi Glass sponsored them.
Yeah, so they get a glass sponsor. 2-2. Pick off back there! Got him! And that'll be the inning. Smittys do put up one on the leadoff single and a couple of sacrifices. Rippentrop gets a pickoff to end the inning on Ridley Waldo. And the Smittys take an
One
early
run
lead.
for Aberdeen in the first inning on one hit. No errors, no men left on base.
So to recap that one hit turns into one run. It is earned.
Post 22 Expos coming to bat.
There are no errors, and nobody is left on. Overall, an improvement from yesterday, but it's the 7 seed, not the 3 seed this time.
In sync with each other. It's probably a catcher's ball.
All right, well, now it's time for the Expos to get a turn at the plate. Opposing them today, the pitcher Drake Soderlund. Soderlund, you'd have to assume some sort of Swedish heritage there. Not entirely sure what a Smitty is. I'm guessing somebody was named Smith, and they got the nickname Smitty, and then somehow it got transformed in there. But if it's kind of that arbitrary, you'd think maybe for their junior team they just go with like the Reynolds or something.
All the way down. It goes clear down.
Yeah, it's just like Reynolds, Jonesies. Yeah. And you get to like Cartwrights. Just keep on throwing in a whole bunch of different names. Anyways, post 24 is their post. You don't see it used very often because they're the Smitties. But just opened up 2 after ours. They're the closest to post 22 in the Class A classification. So, you know, we're connected in that way. I do like the shade of blue they're using. It's a very strong, almost oceanish blue.
Numbers are easy to read.
Yeah. All in all, it's pretty good. The Expos wearing that navy and red uniform that the Hardhats used to use back in the days of Bowman and the early to mid 2010s, but they haven't used that in recent years. They've got a royal blue. They've got a royal blue and a baby blue, but they don't use the navy right now.
For Rapid City Post 22 Expos.
They've got
first
two.
inning.
They got 2 baby blues.
Leading
Even.
off.
One of them might be a
Right
powder.
fielder, Number 15, Ben Hassett.
Hassett up. He's looking for his first hit of the tournament. Was shockingly 0 for 3 yesterday at the plate. We'll expect to see him pitch at some point in here as well. There's strike 1. For a guy who batted .330 entering the tournament, to go 0 for 3 here, a little bit surprising in game 1. He did reach on an error, I will note, and did score a run. Outside, speaking of which, he gets on base, and he's a real slippery one, hard to catch. Swung on, grounded up the line, and foul. Headed into the old school bullpen in right.
Scott, his left foot.
1 and 2. Hassett. Curveball just off the plate. 2 and 2 count
Nobody got a treat because
for Hassett. Curveball swung on and pulled just a little wide of first base. And we'll go back to the drawing board here for the 2-2. Curveball, just a little bit high. Could have been a breaking ball, could have been some sort of change-up or slider there. Soderlund preparing for the payoff pitch to the leadoff man. He'll foul it into oncoming traffic, and it'll bounce harmlessly
Foul
across
ball
the
can be
street.
returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by
You
Washington
guys can
Dakota
kind of
Beer.
see it in the very left. In your very top left corner, underneath the scoreboard, you can see a little bit of the street that is just left of this. That swung on and hit hard into right field. They're going back on it. He'll get over his head. Ben Hassett hits one to the wall. He's headed for second. He's got some speed. Rounding and tripping a little. Headed for third. They won't get him. But there was a little stumble there at second. He gets a big high five from his coach, Jace Caldwell, and a leadoff triple. His first hit of the tournament. That's one way to do it.
Batting second, left fielder.
That was over the head of right fielder Joe Cogley. And now he's going to be playing a little bit further back than the rest of his outfield compatriots. Soderlund allows a triple to start it off. Here comes McLeod. He's got extra base power. That's hit hard down the line in the left, and it'll bring home Hassett. The game all tied up. Back-to-back hits start this off for the Expos. And we are even 1-1 on an RBI single from Kane McLeod. And the last of the outfielders going to come up here.
12, Lars Keeper.
Trying to make a perfect 3 for 3, 100%, A+. He claps for himself there. Maybe doing some sort of synchronization. Kiefer 1 for 2 last night, had 2 runs, the first 2 of the game. Also got 1 RBI. Called strike, just caught the edge for Soderlund. It's hotter today than yesterday, for the record. It is like 100. It might be 98 right now, but it was 100 when we were going to the batting cages.
103.
103 right now? Fantastic. He takes off, the throw late. Honestly, not a terrible throw, but the throw was a little high, so the tag had to come all the way down, and that's where they missed it. But Kane McLeod gets the steal, his first of the tournament, something like his 50th of the season. Let me look at an exact number here for that. Take an eye. I didn't even pay attention, but that was also a ball called during that stealing attempt. So Kane McLeod gets his 58th steal of the season. He's been caught 9 times. That's good for a 87% success rate. Swing and a miss. And I'll have to finish it at first. I thought that was, oh no, that was strike 3. And moving over in the commotion, we've got Kane McLeod. The first out recorded, but the go-ahead run moves into,
Batting fourth, third baseman.
moves just 90 feet away from
Hadley Burris.
home on the wild pitch. And it brings up Burris, the cleanup man. He had a great day at the dish, not so much in the field yesterday. Made an error that ended up costing the Expos 3 runs and an eventual 2-run loss. But he also went 2 for 3, brought in 3 runs. So you could say he was a net even on the day, bringing in 3, giving back what he took. Yes, the Expos did lose. That's on the top of the scoreboard. You could see the record. Swing and a foul ball into the dugout. Nope, stopped by the netting. I've not seen that yet. I'm not trying to manifest it or anything, but I have not seen a ball go into the dugout and hit anybody in my time.
All right, very good.
I've seen it get close. I've seen guys have to duck out of the way, but seems to always miss. Which, a very good thing. But in these non-sunken dugouts that are at ground level, I could totally see it happening. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Foul tip. Strike 3. And Soderlund gets his second strikeout in succession.
Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 19, Braden Julie.
And he's collecting himself the same way that Rippentrop did. Rippentrop allowed the first 2 on, and then after that, got 2 outs and a pickoff to keep it a 1-score game, or a 1-run game. There's strike 1, delivered to Braden Juby. Juby 1 for 3 yesterday. Also pitched a few solid innings of relief. Was pulled to make sure that he did not hit a pitch count that would keep him out of games. I think tomorrow. 1-1. Soderlund checks on the man, delivers. Grounded high over to second. They finish the play. That's the inning. Throw to first in time. And so no, there will not be a go-ahead run scored. Kane McLeod stranded on
One
third
run
base.
for Rapid City in the first inning.
But the Expos do
On
get
two
on the
hits.
board
No errors.
on the back of
One
a
man left on
leadoff
base.
triple from Ben
After one
Hassett.
inning, your score, Aberdeen post
And
4-1,
the
Rapid City
Expos
post 22,
tied with the
1.
Smittys going into the top of the second inning. Good recovery from Soderlund on the mound. Pretty much an identical inning for both teams. They both allowed the first two on, and then they both allowed the first two on, then got 2 consecutive outs and stranded a man in scoring position. I guess they didn't strand him in the Expos case, they picked him off. But anyways, in that inning, 2 hits lead to
Are we in
1 run.
championship, the semifinals, what are we at?
One, it was earned, there were no errors, and 1 man left on. Tied 1-1. Expos really need to keep the numbers down.
Watertown's eliminated.
Aw, Watertown.
A score from the senior tournament, Brookings 13, Watertown 1. That's the final.
Does that mean Brookings in the final 3?
Yeah.
Wow. Jeez. Brookings having some magic at home. They're the only ones acclimated to the environment, I could say that. Interesting quirk about that Bob Sheldon field. They've got the big fly zone and right, which nobody seemed to be able to hit a home run to in the first 2 days of the tournament. It's just a artificial mound where you can watch from the grass. And then in right center, you've got that big, large 5G cell tower. And in left center, next to the scoreboard, you've got a standalone skate park that was clearly built over 20 years ago. Just an interesting little quirk there. Oh, and there's a divot beneath the fence along the left field line that you can sneak under. I had to do that once. You do get covered in bugs and get wet though, so not what I would recommend, but you can use it. 0-1. Curveball, strike 2 from Rippentrop. Joe Cogley coming back up. He was interrupted on that pickoff, out number 3. Swung on, grounded over to short. Inhofer collects, he'll throw in time. If Inhofer, in relief here, coming in, he was the traditional shortstop of the Expos most of this season. Well, not most, about half the season. The first half he was on the senior squad with the Hard Hats. Then in preparation for the state tournament, the roster shrank a little. He went down to the Expos for the second half of the year, and then at the very end, Wilson Kiefer was out with a knee injury that required some sort of treatment. It might have been surgery. It kind of looked like it. He had a brace on. There's an outside ball. But anyways, when he was gone, then we needed another shortstop, and Dawson came right back up and played in the senior state tournament as well as the junior, which is kind of neat. The Hard Hats, the reason he's here, unfortunately, is the Hard Hats were eliminated on day 3. But, you know, there's silver lining to everything, I suppose. 1-2. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. McCoy Rippentrop gets his first K of the day. And Jackson Post goes down.
The left fielder, number 6, Bennett Eisenbeis.
And Eisenbeis up with 2 outs. Another lefty. A lot of lefties here in this lineup. Maybe some switch hitters as well. I'm not sure. You don't see too many of those at this level, though. I'm interested by the people who hit left, throw right. I've seen that several times with guys who, you know, have to pitch with their right because it's their real dominant, and they've taught themselves how to hit with their left. I find that kind of interesting. Corey Williams of Cheyenne Post 6 does that. Check swing, didn't go. Ball 2. Eisenbeiss gonna have some trouble filling in his name on the SAT in coming years. There's only 10 slots in that fill-in sheet. Foul ball onto the little grassy
Foul
berm.
balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1, sponsored by Oahe Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Good news is this isn't turf, so turf kind of adds some heat when you're standing out there. 2-2. Curveball swung on and a hopper over to Inhofer. You'll throw and get in time. Good hustle there from Eisenbeiss, but no avail. As a 1-2-3 inning will retire the side for McCoy Rippentrop. Seeming
No
to
runs
settle
for
in
Aberdeen
quite
in the
well.
second
He's
inning.
retired the previous
No
5.
hits, no errors.
No hits, no
men
runs, no
left on
earned
base.
runs, no errors. Nobody
After
left
an inning and a half,
on.
your score. Aberdeen post
Still
24-1.
1-1.
Rapid City post 22, Expos 1.
Expos got to keep the pressure on. They have not led at any point in this tournament. No point. They didn't lead against Watertown. The only time they were even tied with them was at the opening pitch, 0-0. And in this one, they're tied 1-1, so that's a new record. But they have not led at any point in this tournament. Obviously, if they're trying to make the playoffs, they're going to have to at some point. The top 2 teams, let me give you a little rundown of what it looks like. So the way this is set up, 2 4-team divisions, the Stars and the Stripes. The Expos belong to the Stars. They play with the 1 seed. They're the 1 seed. Then the 3 seed Watertown, 5 seed Sioux Falls West, and 7 seed Aberdeen, all in that group. The top 2 teams out of there make it to play in the 4-team elimination tournament for the state championship on Sunday. Currently, the Expos 0-1, as are Aberdeen. Watertown lost earlier today, but has a head-to-head over the Expos. The Expos, in order to make it through, assuming that Watertown doesn't lose to this team, which, honestly, I'm not totally sure, given that they lost by more than Sioux Falls West beat these guys yesterday. Then we could possibly get a 3-way 2-1 tie with an Expos win over Sioux Falls West tomorrow. And in that case, it would go to total runs allowed. Watertown currently has 11. The Expos currently at 8, but of course they've still got tons of game left to play. But they got to keep it lower. And bad news for the Expos, they're going to play a really tough opponent tomorrow with that 2-0 Sioux Falls West team, while Watertown gets to play Aberdeen. So, want to give ourselves a little bit of a lead in that tiebreaker, currently up by 3 runs. That would be pretty good, honestly,
Rapid City post 22,
to work
Expos,
with.
second inning.
But
Batting 6, the shortstop.
yeah, I'm not mentioning Sioux Falls West because even though they'd be in a 3-way tie, they've only allowed 1 run over 2 games. So unless they lose by like 13, I don't think they're gonna lose on the tiebreaker there. They're pretty much in. Soderlund, first pitch, breaking ball in the zone. That one coming in a little bit slow. Leading off this inning is Dawson Inhofer. He pops it up into foul territory. Catcher starts to slip a little. It'll land in the stands. Big bounce up to the press box. Close.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1, sponsored by
Dawson
Oahe Glass and the
Inhofer,
Lawn Chair Game.
a guy who was hitting, I believe, about 240 for the Hard Hats this year. Really came through in the last week at state. Had a 3-for-3 game, had a 1-for-2 game, stole about 4 bases in that state tournament. Popped up into right center, going after it, still tracking, and making the grab on the run is the center fielder, Jahil Avilas. Good range there from him. I was kind of surprised when he just kept running. I'm like, when is he going to finally get under this thing?
Batting 7th, the catcher, number 23, Carter Rager.
It just kind of kept moving. And there's out number 1. Dawson Inhofer flies out to center. Carter Brager now up, catching today. Easton Tesh was the catcher yesterday. Brager filled in at second. Had 1 good play, 1 error. So even, oh, well, just a bit outside. Ball 1. On deck is Schlosser. He's a punishing power bat, so you get on base, that'd be pretty nice. And he will. Wait, oh, I thought that hit him.
I did too.
Well, apparently that didn't hit him, so that's ball 2. It really took a ricochet as if it would hit him. He didn't swing, and anyways.
He didn't react like it did him, so.
Yeah, it just must have hit something in the air or something. Maybe it hit like the glove in his back pocket.
Well, no, that would count.
Well, it went by everybody. It just took a inexplicable ricochet. 3-0 count, and he'll get a free pass anyways. Very wild at bat there for Soderlund. And it'll put Brager on the bases. There are no courtesy
Center
runners
fielder.
here at State.
Excuse me.
So
Batting eighth,
Brager gonna
First baseman.
remain
22,
on base
Trevor Closer.
as the catcher, but Brager, not a slouch on the base paths either. I believe he is one of very few to never been caught stealing this year for the Expos. From one of the stats I was seeing, I believe he's 9-0. Schlosser takes the ball well outside. Soderlund really hitting either batter's box right now. Can't quite find the middle. There we go. You under my phone? Oh, okay. 1-0 count. There's one. He finds the zone there. Expos beating a lot of senior teams this year, including making their way to the Final Four of the 96-team Senior Legion tournament in Minnesota, the Gopher Classic, playing up against perennial North Dakota champions in 2019 Legion World Series runner-up Fargo Post 2, losing just 4-2, leading the most of that game. That's going to be swung on and lifted into center. Avilas underneath it, and there's out number 2. So 2 flyouts to center, the 2 outs in this inning.
Batting ninth.
And
Designated hitter, number 17, Caden Giddings.
I suppose, adding on to last night, 40% of all outs so far have been flyouts to center. Tatum Giddings now up, the last one to come to bat. He's got a bright pink bat. I think it's the Soldier one I've seen before. People who have had the pink bat, it's kind of worked. From the guys I've seen, they've batted maybe a combined .412. I think of Luke Van Dyke of Scott Catholic in the Firecracker. Curveball low. 2-0. Giddings was the starting pitcher last night, was pulled early in the game with a shoulder injury. But it seems like he's back, at least for batting. And he did keep his pitch count low, so in the event that he's actually healthy and cleared, there's a solid chance we'll see him over the next 2 days. Because he only pitched an inning and 2/3. I mean, it was a lot of pitches, but I bet he left with less than 50. 3-0. There's a strike. So the show me pitch successful. Caden Giddings batting .350 on the year. And that'll be strike 2. Come on. That swung on, high hop over the head of the first baseman, and it'll get into right field. That is a bouncer headed for third, an ambitious base running error, and there we go. The ball gets away from third, throw home is offline, nobody's covering the bag. And the Expos will capitalize on some gutsy base running from Carter Brager. That's what they do best. They sow some chaos in the midst there, and an extra base taken from Brager leads to an error on the, what would that be, second baseman, right fielder? Right fielder. That is Joe Cogley.
Right
And
fielder, number 15, Ben Hassett.
E9 will bring in Brager and will allow Giddings, who reaches on his single, to go to second and to go to third. And now we've got Hassett. Hassett led off the game with a leadoff triple. Came around to score, of course. That swung on and lifted into center. This could be the third one of the inning. Avilas underneath it, and he will make the out. Expos take the lead here, 2-1, on an error from the right fielder Cogley. And
One run for Rapid City.
that's their first lead of the entire
One
tournament.
hit, one error, one man left on base.
Soderlund had some moments in there where he was certifiably wild, but he's also had some moments where he was pretty tame and got it all done. It's usually the indicator of somebody with great stuff, but maybe not the best command.
How are we doing? Pitches.
Oh, 39.
39.
All right, we're back, hopefully. Maybe even just a little. You might just be getting audio of me. But we are back. Thank you all for watching Hard Hats TV. Oliver Fell bringing it to you. Had another bit of a thing, but the backup kicked in, so we're fine. In your absence, sorry you missed it, but there was a run. It was a high chopper to right field from Tatum Giddings. Then Carter Breger, who was on first on the walk, you did see, he took an aggressive turn to third on what looked like it would just be an easy stop at second type deal. He runs all the way to third base. And in the midst of that, the right fielder, Joe Cogley, throws offline to third. The ball gets away to the fence in left. And Breger comes in to score. And while the third baseman is chasing it down, a heads-up base running move from Tatum Giddings allows him to head to third since nobody's covering the bag. And then there was a fly out and he got stranded there. But anyways, one run scored on an error from the right fielder Cogley. And the Expos have their first lead of the tournament. So, top of the third upcoming. McCoy Rippentrop has retired the last 5 in order. And he is still facing new batters, new faces. And Braden Powell has to worry about his own face there as the ball is up and in. 1-0 count. Rippentrop delivers low and outside. So he's gone up and in and low and out. So maybe he'll even it out in the middle here. Just off the plate, but he had the right height this time. And down in the count 3-0, McCoy Rippentrop has not handed out a walk so far in this game. And there he goes. So 4-pitch walk. Gets the leadoff man on. Braden Powell, the catcher, will reach base.
Batting ninth, the designated hitter, number 7, Paxton Ewing.
Paxton Ewing now up to bat here for the Smittys.
Teams are batting their DH ninth.
Yeah, that's true. It's a very odd thing to see both teams batting their DH ninth.
A lot of guys using that number 9 spot as the second leadoff guy.
Yeah. 0-1. That's a spot that I've usually seen Dawson Inhofer take for this team.
What a concept. Number 9 hitter. Get a fastball right down the middle every time.
1-1. Rippentrop gets the signal. Delivers. Called strike on the edge of the plate. Pain in the corner there. Now a 1-2 count here at Hyde Stadium in Pierre, South Dakota. Very hot afternoon here in early August. Strike 3 called, and McCoy Rippentrop catches him admiring the pitch. Strike 2, or strikeout number 2 of the outing. First one looking. Still the man on first. 1 out. Brings up the leadoff man, Jahil Avilas. Avilas, the only one with a hit in this game for the Smitties off Rippentrop. He had a leadoff single. Strike 1. He hit it right up the middle. out of the reach of the second baseman. Double play in effect. So defense pretty standard right now. Called strike 2. Just caught the edge, and Ribbentrop really painting the corner right now. Living in the shadow of the zone. Definitely crowding the plate here, Avilas. Just outside. Very close to where that other pitch was. But this time a ball. One and two. Ribbentrop delivers. Just off the plate. Good frame job there from Brager, but yet again, a few inches off. Ribbentrop seeming a little not trying to throw it close, as Avilas is crowding the plate on the inside. And he'll throw it outside again. All of them have been outside, more or less, even the strikes. Avilas is crowding the plate. That seems to be working right now. Ribbentrop got to get over it and deliver the payoff. He does. It's swung on hard into right field, and Avilas gets the second hit of the game. Takes a weird hop in the outfield, but Hassett able to block it. Throwback is a little offline, but nothing to make anybody move. And the payoff pitch leads to the second single of the game for Jehiel Avilas. He's been busy today. He's the only run of the game for the Smittys.
Ridley Waldo.
And also made all 3 outs in that last inning. Made 50% of the outs on the day. Men on first and second, force out everywhere but home. Up to bat is Ridley Waldo. Waldo hit by a pitch his first time up in a 1-1 count. Ribbentrop, not done bad or anything in this game, in this inning. Strike 1. Though in that last at bat, he definitely was afraid of pitching inside. Oh, 1. Curveball. Outside. Taken ball. These are some of the darker uniforms for the Expos, which is probably not a good thing, given the heat. There's a strike, but they did wear their whites yesterday, so can't do that again, especially after all the dust and dirt that they accumulated over the course of the day. 1 and 2. Curveball gets a little movement on the bat, but not a swing from Waldo. Two on, 1 out. Ribbentrop defending a 1-run lead. Curveball in the other batter's box. And the count full again. He's handed out 1 walk, struck out 2 so far. Neither of them on full counts, however. And he allowed a single on a full count his last time in his last at bat. There's a strike, and it's fouled away. Defending the plate is Waldo. And Ribbentrop not going to get it that time. Another payoff pitch. Checking back on the runner. He'll deliver. Swung hard and good contact, pulled foul. That could have been possibly even extra bases as he hits it down the line there. And a threat dodge there by Ribbentrop and the Expos on a well-turned ball. Just a little bit in front. All right, Back to the full count. Our third payoff pitch. Just off the plate. Gets a little uproar here from the fans. That was a real close one.
The second
Umpire
baseman,
gives it
number
to the
11,
batter.
Carson Borghi.
And after the conclusion of a 10-pitch at bat is a walk. So the bases are loaded now for the Smittys. Things looking a little bit sketchy here for the Expos. This has not been a terrible inning. It's just that the Smittys have been fighting, defending, and taking every ball that they get. Swung on and hit hard into right field, but foul. Oh, into the little parking lot.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Well, that's a good job, you moved it.
1-1. Rippentrop baking out there under the sun.
You can go to all the ball games you want, but you better not get a foul ball.
Swung on hard into right field. It'll get down. Ben Hassett picks it up on some hops. 1 run coming, and they'll hold Avilas. The Smitties tie it up on a single from Carson Borghi. And a very important run comes across for Aberdeen. And we're going to have a quick chat. Rippentrop and Caldwell. There's no reason that Caldwell would hold on to Rippentrop if he's under any.
I have him at 52 pitches.
Yeah, 52. He's already passed the 2-day count,
I've got him at 52.
which would mean he's out of this thing anyways for the rest of the tourney.
Yep.
So there's no reason pitch count, but then again, bases are loaded with 1 out. You might want to take a chance. I anticipate they'll leave Rippentrop in. This is his first mound visit.
Yeah, I've got him at 52 as well. Brought the catcher some water, which is nice of him.
The first baseman, number 2,
Well,
Mike Dutenhofer.
bases still loaded. Rippentrop still out there on the mound. And Rippentrop versus Dutenhofer. You got some. What would it be? That would be. No. I was thinking they were both quadrisyllabic, but Rippentrop only a 3-syllable name. They're both long. Helps that neither team has the names on the back of the jerseys.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Dudenhofer also over the SAT limit for names. In that case, when you do have a name longer than the amount of spaces they give you, they just say keep on going until you run out of spaces. So he would just be Dutenhoff.
Somebody put it too much name for the shirt.
1-1. Bases loaded. Double play possible. Force out everywhere. Curveball, strike 2. A squat. Dudenhofer tries to inspect it a little more. Finds out it's a strike, but it's too late. And now a 1-2. Curveball in the dirt. Rippentrop does not get the swing there. Fastball, strike 3 called. Just caught it there. Great pitch from Rippentrop. Puts away the cleanup man, and up comes Cogley.
Number 8, Joe Cogley.
Cogley, the reason this game is tied, in a bad way. He had the error, which was off screen for you guys, but it'll be in the uploaded video later. He had the error earlier. that allowed Carter Brager to score from third. Cogley grounded out 6-3 his last time up, takes strike one. Rippentrop. Curveball swung on and hard hit over to second. Handled cleanly. Throw to short in time. Good play from the second baseman, Graydon Juby. And that will end the inning. Stranding 3 runners, but one does score for the Smittys. They equalize, and we are tied 2-2 going into the bottom of the third
On 2 hits.
in the Junior State Legion Game 2 of pool play here. You're watching Hard Hats
2.5
TV.
innings to score. Aberdeen post 24, 2. Rapid City post 22, Expos 2.
In that inning, 2 hits lead to 1 run. It is earned. There are no errors, which is an improvement. There are no errors for the Hard Hats the Expos through 3 innings, which is pretty standard for them normally. But last night they had 3 errors and ended up costing them 6 runs. So glad they've cleaned it up a little. And then 3 left on.
Or you can go through, list your hitters. Like, leave Astor 1 for 3.
Yeah.
Soderlund coming back out for his 3rd inning of work now here on the mound for Aberdeen. Post 24.
I believe so.
On 14 pitches.
Yep.
Thanks everybody tuning in from all over the place. Shout out to the parents also streaming on Hard Hats TV, giving us using that new IP camera that we've got back at Fitzgerald Stadium, using that to provide everybody with streams of the U16 state tournament that is being hosted by Post 22 and Post 320 out in Rapid. So if you're seeing that in the live streams and you're wondering what that is, that's, you know, you can watch those. They don't have commentary or a scoreboard, but you still get to watch the game. So, you know.
Just wearing one of the dark jeans. He was outside enough.
I miss Igor. Stop chatting halfway through the year after the firecracker. All right. Bottom of the third here.
4 Rapid City post 22, Expos.
2, 3, and 4 due up. McLeod, Kiefer, and
Number
Burris.
18, Kane McLeod.
McLeod had the RBI single in the first inning. Stole second. Reached third on a drop strike 3. And then got left out there at third. Outside ball taken. Started off. Soderlund was a little bit more wild in that last inning than the first. Walked one. I thought hit one, but apparently not. Turned foul. Strike 1. McGrath's doing a good job of slowing that thing down. Doesn't even get particularly close to the wall. Soderlund kicks, delivers. A little low. Ball taken by McLeod. McLeod batting .600 so far in this tourney, 3 for 5. Most productive hitter in terms of total hits in this one. That's failed over and onto the little canopy.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Gang.
Something I have to say about Hyde Stadium. The stands are very interesting. It's terrace concrete with no particular seats. It's similar to, the only way I could describe it, that's popped up and soft hit over to short, running it out. There will be no throw. An infield single on a chopper by Kane McLeod. And the leadoff man gets on. I'll get back to what I was saying
Center
here.
fielder, number
So
12.
at Hyde Stadium, they've got this terrace concrete with railings and no particular seating or demarcations of where you're supposed to sit. The only place I've really seen that before is like the splash zone of some sort of aquatic center, where like when you're watching like you're at SeaWorld or you're seeing like the dolphins. That's the kind of thing. I don't know why that is. That's a bunt put down the third base line, and yet again, that's a beauty. Another infield single showing the speed Lars Kiefer will reach on a bunt single. We'll see if they play a little closer now.
The third baseman, number 11.
And the first two get
Burris.
on.
That was a very nice run.
That was pretty.
And Hadley Burris now up. He struck out swinging his first time through, but in the last game he had 3 RBIs, including a double.
He got 2 hits.
I'll be gonna do it again.
They might.
Hadley Burris got the speed as well. He's showing bunt. The infield coming in. Pulls it back. Both runners take off. The throw to third offline, but it will not get too far away. Both runners take. McLeod and Kiefer will earn steals respectively. I believe that might be number 60 of the season for McLeod. I gotta double check that. McLeod that's number 59 of the season for McLeod. And that's number 53 of the season for Kiefer.
That's a lot.
Swung on and hit hard through the gap into left field. It'll bring in Kiefer. Or no, bring in McLeod. Kiefer will stay. That's an RBI single. And the hits keep coming here for the Expos. Burris, his 4th RBI of the tourney, having a productive one.
Number 19, Braden Juvie.
I do have to wonder what happened to Dexter. If somebody knows that in the chat, Dexter Steen, one of the best contact guys on this team, had a tremendous Gopher Classic, is not still in the lineup. I wonder if he had an injury or something. Man on first and third. And taking off, delayed steal, no point throwing, more afraid of the man at third. That'll be another steal. Hadley Burris on the delayed steal works. That is going to be officially the 3rd stolen base of the inning, 4th of the game. And both in scoring position, still nobody out. A chance to really break this thing open for the Expos. And up to bat, we got Braden Juvie. He grounded out to second with a man on to strand McLeod at third in the first. He also had a steal yesterday. He was the only one to do so. Oh, called. Okay. You're the boss. Strike 2. One and 2.
He's the boss, man.
Fastball. Or breaking ball, just a little high.
It's his world, we're all just living in it.
2-2 count.
Tell my wife that every day.
Taxes will go up tomorrow, it's weekend.
Just off the plate. Great take there from Juvie. And the throw back to the mound a little bit off. Pitcher has to go chase it
I
down.
don't have enough money for a hamburger, so I'll charge you guys more tax, I'll give them a free burger.
You know I'm a tax man, don't you?
Is that kind of unfair?
Full count. Swung on, popped up into shallow left.
I do.
Shortstop
Fair ball.
given away. The third baseman will make the grab, and that's the first out. Play made by Jackson Post.
The shortstop, number 13, Dawson Inhofer.
That's the first out. It brings up Inhofer. Inhofer had a tremendous run for the Hard Hats since coming back. Definitely a little different than his first run.
You exchange communism and socialism back then.
There's a ball.
That's a good one. Tell him shut up. I did.
1-0.
I did. That's
Bunt put up and foul.
The worst attack on our country.
and you need to walk away from the
Let's see that thing going up. See
And
the turn.
glad that we're the victims, families can talk to them. You know how to do, all those guys?
Yeah, Inhofer batted .667, had a 1.417 OPS in the state tournament. That's hit into left field. He'll do it again. 1 run scores. A second run will. Inhofer stays at first. A 2-run single from Dawson Inhofer, picking up right where he left off. And the Expos lead 5-2 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning.
It's the same damn thing as being down.
The catcher, number 23, Carter Rager.
Well, expect Inhofer to take off. I know a lot of these guys seem impossible to catch. Inhofer genuinely is. I've seen 3 times this year where there's a pickoff back to first and he makes it to second before first can throw to second.
All those gases mixed together. Can't be good for you.
And a hit by pitch for real this time. Carter Brager
The lives of all these firemen.
When are they stopping?
will reach.
The lives of all these firemen.
If I recall, I'd go after a couple of, just like your demonstration is allowing so many different out there.
Yeah, I think I played against someone when I was playing.
Well, Trevor Schlosser going to be a due-up. They're talking to Soderlund. It might be the end of his day. He puts his glove between his legs and it falls.
I would have thought you could have ran, kind of like Obama did, in black man with black helmet. And I don't think that's pulling anybody anymore. I don't think people care what color she is, she's just stupid.
No, everybody, I mean, we got to fix Obama. It wasn't like it was too early for a black person to run.
No.
It's just, he fooled everybody by, just because he's black, he had no experience.
2 on, 1 out here. Soderlund going to remain on the mound for
Nobody looked for it.
The first baseman, number 22.
Aberdeen.
Trevor Schlosser.
Schlosser back up. He flew out to center. It was a strong fly out that kept sailing for a ways.
She can run this country. She should be the first to put this country on her back.
And, oh, we've got some extra people running early. There was an infield steal deal, and, oh, it's going to get into center. The throw-off line from the catcher, and that'll be an error on Braden Powell. So, a double steal works. They notice the infield moves in for the bunt defense, immediately capitalizing, going right behind their backs before the other people start covering the bases.
Strike.
So Inhofer and Brager both get a steal, and then an E2 will bring in Inhofer. It is now 6-2 Expos. And that's an infield single.
That is legendary Coach Dave Fluke, what is that? 30% of the time, the best Asian players are gonna make mistakes. That's what you're seeing right
The
here.
designated hitter.
Well, Schlosser shows off his own speed with an infield single. Brager makes it to third.
That's too bad.
Was that a steal?
Oh, God, yeah.
It wouldn't have mattered. He reached base. And Tatum Giddings now up. He had the first RBI of the day. Or it wasn't technically an RBI, but he started people moving around. Delayed steal for Schlosser. They've got the man in a rundown at third. Throw! Didn't get him. Able to return Carter Brager. And that'll be a steal for Schlosser. How many steals have there been this inning? Oh, 6. 6 steals this inning. 4-run score. 2 in scoring position now. Fouled away. Into the street.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1, sponsored by Wahi Glass and the
It isn't like it's a pretty busy street too. But I have not seen a car get hit yet. 0-1, fouled away again. Or it's now 0-2, or I guess it was 0-2.
We can get home till, I bet you it was 10:30, 11:15 we got home last night.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
I went home, jumped in the shower, took
Giddings,
just that.
the 8th man to come to the plate for the Expos in this inning. Taken just inside. Good eye from Giddings.
Brookings beats, who did I say Brookings beat?
Watertown.
Watertown is eliminated.
Foul ball.
Renner plays Harrisburg tonight. Renner's automatically in the championship game tomorrow. Wow. And, Harrisburg beats Renner. Harrisburg and Brookings are playing, the winner plays Renner for the championship.
1 and 2. Swung on, hit back up the middle, and gloved by the shortstop. He'll pump and throw, and that'll be the second out. But another run does score. Carter Brager comes in, and Trevor Schlosser will move over to third. A 6-3 ground out will net an RBI for Tatum
The
Giddings.
right fielder, number 15. Ben Hassett.
And here's Hassett.
Umpire called, it's a swinging strike, check swing. The umpire called it, didn't ask for help. You shouldn't have to ask for help. You just
Ben
swung.
Hassett
You call it.
up to bat, 1 for 2 with that triple his first time up.
The fans
He
got-
flew out to end the second inning, however. Now he's back up, the last one to bat in the bottom of the third.
Down the third base line.
5-run inning, very productive for the Expos so far.
Same type of walkway that you guys came in on. That goes all the way past you, you can see behind the
Hassett, one of the lefties in this lineup.
umpire set up a trailer.
Swung on and hit back up the middle and through into center field. That'll be another run in for the Expos. An RBI single from Hassett.
That trailer.
2 hits on the day for him. And we're going all the way around. Kane McLeod, the inning's leadoff man, back up
McLeod.
here in the bottom of the third. A monster inning for the Expos here. Trevor Schlosser will score from third base. And expect some stealing here from Hassett.
Rules are,
Ball 1 is
you
not
can't cross the foul line.
going to be a steal.
If you had, say, 4 umpires, and you're in the third base dugout, and you motion to the first base umpire, go to the foul line, and the first base umpire gets over there, top to
And swung on and lifted into left field. That ball's got some carry. Still going back, and it'll be out of the glove of the left fielder. Ben Hassett's going to be told to come in. Headed for third base is Kane McLeod, and he will hold up there. An RBI double. I don't think it hit the glove the first time. I think it completely missed the glove, so I don't think that's an error.
Yeah.
That's a clean double.
keeps going. So the coach got booed for the whole tournament.
So Kane McLeod,
Number 12.
his third hit of the ball game, and it's an RBI double. His second hit of the inning,
No, you're good.
and they still have Soderlund out there.
It was the same way in football. I mean, Coach Steve, he'd get fired up as calm and mellow as he
That's
was.
a ball hit wide of the third base coach. Ball going to reach into outfield, and they're going to have to go get it. Huge inning here for the Expos. They're up 9-2 now. 7-run inning.
So he never hit, but he'd always just pull the referee.
7 hits in this inning as well.
Commercial timeout. You can just ask for an explanation. I think too many kids and coaches watch the pros.
There's a big difference between these and baseball.
Take an eye. Ball 1.
They had, I remember I was in college. One time, in junior college, our coach got tossed. And he's walking back, and he's like,
Swung on, popped up in the infield. And, well, it was within the field of play, but nobody was there. A little too far for anybody to go.
all he got was the game. He gets 7.5 to go with it. That was many moons ago.
1-2 count here for Lars Kiefer. He had an infield bunt single his first time up in this inning.
Modern day, we're playing Bryce Young, Panthers starting quarterback. And
Taken off the arm.
second quarter,
Hits the badge there for the American Legion. And he'll take his base, a hit by pitch. I don't know how much longer they're going to be able to keep Soderlund out there
Hadley Burris.
as they're hemorrhaging runs. And they've only got one more game likely. If they lose this game, they are technically not out, but they'd have to beat Watertown and then hope that they get a tiebreaker. That's hit hard into left field, and coming in to score is McLeod. No throw, and another RBI hit. The Expos make it 10-2. The gears keep turning. This is a vast improvement over yesterday. Kiefer moves to second. McLeod comes in.
Braden
He
Juby.
got it both ways. So he got suspended that game.
And
Plus 2 more.
now we've got our fourth batter coming up for a second time. Juvie was the first out of the inning. He could also be the third, or he could make it a 10-run ball game.
He says, you know, it was
Or he could make it a 9-run ball game. I mean, there's a lot of things he can do. Or he could just reach base. I don't know.
I don't give a flying halfway.
Foul ball, strike 1. Low.
That's kinda how we saw that.
Ball one.
That's kinda what the boss said too. I guess it got really up there. Didn't see it.
1-1. Taken high. I think it's kind of interesting that they always seem to, like, I'm thinking about the kind of places you see that terrace seating and the aquatic stuff, but you see that at like polar bear exhibits too. I don't know why like 80% of a polar bear exhibit is like water. I mean, they hibernate on land, they reproduce on land. I mean, I know they go around between the little fragments of ice, but why is most of it water? It isn't like there's a pool. It's like you're in a watery place, and there's a few places you can be out of the water. It's like it's the same as the penguin exhibit, and the penguins actually go underwater all the time. That's all I'm saying. I don't know why it's so wet.
Keeps the bears cool.
Last spring in Chicago.
Swung on and hardliner into the glove of the shortstop. Fantastic play from Ridley Waldo, and that'll end the inning. A hot shot right into the glove. And finally, that inning will end. The Expos put up 8 in the bottom of the third, take a commanding 10-2 lead.
How many hits? 2?
On 8 hits, 1 error, 2 men left on base.
All right, so I've got
After 3 innings, your score.
8 hits lead to 8
Post
runs.
Post 10, Aberdeen Post 24, 2.
6 of them earned. There is 1 error.
Line look right to you?
He's just.
And
And the pitchers when you're.
81 pitches.
yeah, there's 1 error, and 2 men are left on base. In that previous inning that you missed, it was 1 hit, turns into 1 run. It was unearned. There was an error on the right fielder Cogley, which we went over earlier, and then 1 man was left on. But it is 10-2. McCoy Rippentrop definitely getting all of the run support he could possibly need. But it is very important that the Expos do not allow runs here. That tiebreaker, they're currently 2 ahead of Watertown in the event that they beat Sioux Falls West tomorrow and Watertown beats Aberdeen. Then there'd be a 3-way tie at 2-1. The tiebreaker would be head-to-head, but since everybody played each other in a triangle, it would not work that way. So we'd go to the next one, which is total runs allowed, which currently the Expos have surrendered 9. Watertown surrendered 11, but they've already played both the other teams with wins. So I wouldn't anticipate that they'd have too many come in against Aberdeen. But that being said, they had 6 errors in their game earlier today, so you never know.
Aberdeen Post 24 in the 4th inning. The 3rd baseman, number 13, Jackson Post.
Yeah.
6 errors, crazy. Rippentrop back out for the 4th. First one popped up out of play.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand.
Thank you all for tuning in to Hard Hats TV today. I'm Oliver Fell bringing it to you. Guaranteed 1 more game. Probably going to see at least 2, though. We'll see. It depends on that tiebreaker. And how Aberdeen does against Watertown. And how we do against Sioux Falls West. But currently it looks like we're going to be in a tiebreaker situation if all holds. And the Expos win tomorrow. 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Rippentrop gives him a runaway curveball. Stretches out the batter post, and he becomes yet another strikeout victim. That is his 2nd strikeout swinging of the game, both times up. And Rippentrop still pitching a pretty good outing. Eisenbeis up to bat now. He grounded out to short to end the 2nd inning, his last time up, well outside and a little bit high.
Could happen.
2-0.
Although it's still not gonna get us back, well, wait, 7:30, yeah, it was thinking 7 o'clock, but yeah, 7:30.
We can get close.
Yeah.
Swing and a miss. Strike one.
This young fellow realizing you got an 8-run lead and just put the ball over the plate. Yeah. Yeah.
Got another lefty here, Eisenbeiss. Hard fastball, fought off. Just got a piece of it, and that'll be strike two.
He's a big boy.
Holy cow.
Swing and a miss, strike three. The fastball too much to handle, and another K for McCoy Rippentrop. He's up to 5 on the game.
The catcher, number 10, Braden Powell.
And looking to strike out the side, he's got to get through Braden Powell. Powell didn't see a single strike his last time up from Rippentrop. Swing and a foul tip. And so there's the first strike of the game thrown to Powell. Or at least it is now that he swung. Swing and a miss on high heat. Rippentrop just keeps throwing the old number 1. And it's working wonders here.
Keep throwing until it hit it.
That's my theory.
0-2, looking to strike out the side. Rippentrop kicks, delivers, curveball, strike 3. He got him, froze the batter.
Watch out the side.
He's frustrated with himself, slams his bat on the ground, but Rippentrop strikes out the side.
Aberdeen post 24 in the 4th inning.
A great inning there in the top of the 4th for McCoy Rippentrop. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. Nobody left on. A flawless inning on the mound.
Aberdeen post 24-2.
And it is still 10-2. What are the... Is it 10 runs here?
Yes.
Okay, 10 runs after 5. Yeah. So the Expos, in order to set themselves up to finish it in the top of the next inning, would need to score 2 more runs here at least in the bottom of the 4th. And it is not, for the record, it is not runs allowed per innings pitched. That's what we use in our Firecracker in Veterans Classic to try to, since you can't really hurt people for not putting up more runs in a abbreviated game. Anyways, but in this situation here,
72.
in this situation here,
Nice tracking, pretty good. Okay, so let's see what we got.
Come on, pitcher, turn your back so I can see
it's
you.
runs total. It doesn't matter how many innings were played. It's just runs allowed. Added. Number plus number. No ratios.
Either 12 or 5, I'm guessing. Unless they brought in somebody from the field.
I got a 6 on the guy on the...
You
On the
see
mound.
6 on the
Yeah.
mound? Okay,
I do.
that means they brought in one of the fielders then.
Yeah, definitely a 6.
Okay, number 6.
Number 6. The first
So Eisenbeiss will head on to the mound. So who's out there and left?
Number 6 would be Bennett Eisenbeiss.
In left, I see an 8. So Cogley moves
Now
to
pitching
left.
for Aberdeen post 24, number 6.
And in
Bennett
right,
Eisenbeiss.
I've got a 2.
Well, his first probably doesn't.
That's Dudenhofer.
Move to left.
So he goes to right. And on first base, we've got a 13, which is post from third. So we've got to switch around like everybody.
So let's see.
So I don't, and
And then at third is
I don't know.
7.
7?
Little league short.
So the DH went into 3rd.
Okay. So we've got a lot of adjustments. The pitcher,
I'm not gonna go through.
I-
all that.
yeah.
I believe the pitcher was.
anyways, the pitcher Soderlund is relieved. Then Bennett Eisenbeiss moves from left field to the mound. Moving into left field from right field is Joe Cogley. Moving from first base to right field to replace Cogley is Dudenhofer. Moving from third to first to replace Dudenhofer is Jackson Post. And finally, the designated hitter, Paxton Ewing, moves over to third to replace Post. So we got like a 6-way adjustment there.
For Rapid City, post 22 Expos in the 4th inning. The shortstop, number 13, Dawson Inhofer.
Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Something happened.
I don't care who wins, but if post 22 is gonna win anyway, just assume they scored 2 runs here and ended in 5.
All right. Sorry about that. We're back. Had some more connection issues, but we are good. We had like a 6-way adjustment, but there is a new pitcher on the mound. Drake Soderlund has been relieved after 3 innings.
We'll make all the decisions.
And Eisenbeis now on the mound, the previous left fielder.
Whoever wins the American Legion, this last game will be a 3-inning event. Well,
Bennett Eisenbeis on the mound.
Elton told us that.
Dawson Inhofer leads off, a swing and a miss, strike 3. And look at Eisenbeis.
The catcher, number 23, Carter Rager.
Great start for Eisenbeis on the mound. And Carter Brager now here. A walk and a hit by pitch for him. He scored both times he's come up. And has stolen a base. And it's going to be lined over to second. Eats him up a little, throw to first, still in time. And that'll be the second out. So I believe that's 6 total pitches turn into 2 outs.
The first baseman, number 22, Trevor Schlosser.
Very efficient inning so far for Eisenbeis. And keeping his team from being in Mercy Rule territory at the moment. Trevor Schlosser back up. He had an infield single his last time up. Flew out before that.
At this age, you see so few jump ballers that when you do see one, really sometimes it ties good hitters into knots.
Fouled away. Into the concession stands.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1.
I think that one already went into the concession stand, frankly. I think it was delivered itself.
No, the concession stands farther that way.
Oh, it's a little left here? Okay. Is there like bathrooms over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Swung on and lifted into right. Doesn't that look like he has to move too far? And Dutenhofer will make the final out. So that was a very quick inning in relief.
No runs for Rapid City post 22 Expos.
And a very efficient one for Bennett Eisenbeis. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors. Nobody left on.
After 4 innings, your score, Rapid City post
Still
22
10-2.
Expos 10,
But
Aberdeen post
Eisenbeis
2.
providing some hope here for Smittys to prolong this game. McCoy Rippentrop coming off of a dominant strikeout the side inning in the top of the 4th. He's coming out for the top of the 5th. Expos still want to keep it really close. I mean, they do not want to let this game live for a little bit longer because that runs allowed is very important. 2 is not ideal, but it's not bad. They'd still hold a 2-run advantage going into the end of the inning, or going into the final day of pool play against Watertown, and what looks like it's shaping up to be a 3-way tie at 2-1. If the Expos were to beat Sioux Falls West tomorrow.
Thank you.
You don't have the number slots, so I didn't put the numbers on them yesterday.
Well, we're not gonna announce the reserves anyway, so.
Anyways,
Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
thank you all for watching Hard Hats TV here today.
Yep.
Thanks to Post 8 for helping out with the Wi-Fi. And thanks to you for watching all season long, or if you're an Expos person, for tuning in to these kind of games. That's why we do it. That's why I make the trip all the way out here to Pierre with the team. It's for you
Third
guys.
baseman, number
Oh,
7,
and I have fun doing it as well.
Paxton Ewing.
And the free food is definitely not anything I'm complaining about.
I got home, had a quick little wet.
Paxton Ewing coming up for just the second time in this game, trying not to become the 4th consecutive strikeout victim, and he will. Oh, I thought he was going to hit that into right, just a little foul.
My wife was asleep on the couch when I got home.
Strike 1.
And I said, I'll try and wait up for you. I said, you did last night, but you were snoring when I got here.
Fastball
When
inside.
I left this morning, I said, I'll see you in the morning, dear.
He struck out looking his last time up, taking ball in the dirt. The dust hasn't been flying quite as much today. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, we had a little breeze for a while.
2-1, fouled away. Oh, okay, a little bobble catch there. And throw back to the mound. You rarely see the on-deck man openly go after the ball, and more than that, actually, throw it back. 2-2. Check swing, strike 3. The 4th consecutive punch out for McCoy Rippentrop. What a game. He's having 7 Ks so far. 4 in the last 4 batters, and now he has to face the top of the order now, however. And here comes Avilas. Avilas accounting for 2/3 of the hits on the scoreboard, as well as half of the runs for the Aberdeen Smittys today. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a run. He seems to be the answer to Rippentrop, but Rippentrop really on a roll right now. Ball 2. Strike 1. Rippentrop was trying not to throw on the inside to Avilas last time. That's turned opposite field and lined into left. Still chasing it down, McLeod. He'll head for second. Picked up. The throw into the shortstop, and that'll be a double for Avilas. He just keeps raking. 3rd hit of the day for him out of 4 total hits on the game for the Smitties.
How bad a deal is yesterday?
I'll check on that.
He has a chance for, I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that the best batting average, I think you get a big stick deal here at this. He's a chance to do that, going 3 for 3 today.
500.
So no matter what, he could come away with some hardware. Man on second, 1 out. Rippentrop just can't do much about Avilas right now, but does not want to let him score under any circumstances. Here's Waldo. Waldo reached on a walk and a hit by pitch. He fought in his last at-bat, a 10-pitch at-bat. He worked into a walk. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
They don't get 10 runs.
I used to start going to 07, he probably will get another bat.
Low ball. 2-1. Top of the order. Honestly done a pretty good job. They've produced the vast majority of the offense. The top 3. Curveball hit back up the middle. Rippentrop catches it, falls down. He'll throw to first, and that'll be the out. Good play from Rippentrop to keep his bearings and make the grab.
Don't worry about him at all.
The second baseman, number 11, Carson Borgie.
And Carson Borgie now up. He had an RBI single his last time to the plate. Sacrifice bunt before that. So 1 for 1 on the day.
Unless he's thinking tiebreaker, he wasn't thinking tiebreaker.
that's what I'm trying to play.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Win the game.
We'll win the game, I'll take care of business.
It's taking a step back. Time called. Breaking ball in the dirt. Good block there from Brager. Keeps the runner at bay. Brager, one of the best catchers in the system. Elder, presumptive heir to the Hard Hats catcher's spot with Philip Bentz graduating. That ball gets away! And Avila's going to come in to score, and the Smittys put up another run. That could come back to haunt the Expos down the line here. A wild pitch. Brager cannot block it that time. And the Smittys do put up another run. They're going to top to Rippentrop. Those last two pitches a little wild. They might pull them here.
I wouldn't, but they might. They know their team better than I do.
As long as his arm's okay, riding as long
Well,
as
that's
he
what
can
I'm
go.
thinking.
Yes. I'm good. Whitman's.
They're hot and tired, well, so they're
Yeah, okay, Rippentrop's still out there. Just coming to check on his status.
Check out these.
So now Borgie is up, but there's nobody on. The
Yeah,
pressure lessened a little
I haven't seen the updates.
by the wild pitch scoring. He hits the zone there, 2-1.
Let me go back and double check the notes.
Borgie. That is a very fast ball, spiked into the dirt before reaching the plate.
Del Rapids 10.
3-1.
Bridgestone
Swung on and lined into the left center field power gap. He's going to go. That ball rounding all the way to the wall. And he's headed for third. The cutoff man, Inhofer, gets it. Throw is late. And a two-out triple keeps the Smitty's offense going.
L.2 with Jordan 0.
Borgie with a two-out triple, making his own runs here. Rippentrop just trying to get out of the inning. Currently, that advantage that the Expos have at one run over Watertown, and Watertown will face a far harder or a far easier opponent tomorrow. Well, then again, I mean, the opponent that they're playing tomorrow is playing us right now and scoring the runs. So
Parkston 9, Platte Getty 0.
Dudenhofer up to bat. The cleanup man 0 for 2. That's going to be a high chopper. Might be fair. It is. And he'll catch it while simultaneously on the bag. Foul? Okay. I have a question, because I question this myself. But if the ball hits the ground and you think it's going to go foul, can you grab it after it's bounced, and once you grab it, it's fair?
If it's still in fair territory.
Yeah. So if he had charged that and caught it in the grass before it went foul, that would have kept it fair.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought, but I was just wondering, because I've seen that a few times where it's like, why didn't you just, yeah. But, okay. 0-2. Rippentrop, fastball, strike 3. Strikeout number 8 of the game for McCoy. Rippentrop will finish the inning.
1 run for Aberdeen in the 5th inning.
But a run does score on a pair of extra base hits.
1 man left on base. After 4
2 hits lead to 1 run. It is earned. No errors. 1 left on.
Aberdeen post 24, 3.
And it's 10-3. Going into the bottom of the 5th. We're going to have a quick chat. The coach addressing his team. They do not want to keep this game even slightly close, as those runs allowed, very important. And I'm sure that he knows that.
Pitches,
Pitches are 93.
93. So, yeah, he might, well, depends on if they go.
Yeah, assuming there is a sixth inning, I'd sure send him back out there.
Makes sense to me.
My pants are pinched in the. And I'm sitting on it, so there's not a lot I could do. There we go. All right.
Grab one of those other chairs.
Well, I've already made this one warm. Why not?
That wasn't a real difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Does the VFW
Ambient
still run a
temperature.
junior baseball program, or is that?
Not much of one.
Bottom of the fifth here.
Mostly went to the Legion.
It's pretty much what you're looking at.
Eisenbeis back up on the mound. He had a tremendous bottom of the fourth inning, retiring 3 hard hats in 9 batters, or in 9 pitches.
Track of it.
I didn't sleep too great last night.
Get mine, I'll never sleep great.
That's fantastic. Looking forward to it. Get
Well,
some Alif
you
PM.
You got
Fifth
40
inning.
years before you're
The
there.
designated hitter, number
Well,
17.
who knows? Who knows?
Giddings.
My dad's a mean snorer, so hoping I don't get that. Tatum Giddings leads things off. First pitch up and outside.
He just really doesn't get his body into it at all. It's just all arm.
Yeah, it's just,
Kind of just hurling. Popped up in the infield.
doesn't foul.
The catcher, Powell, underneath it, and oh, it goes out of his glove somehow. It seemed like he was underneath it, but maybe timed the squeeze a little bit late.
It's in there.
Yep.
And is it only an error if he reaches, or is it an error?
Error
Okay.
right now.
I thought it might be only an error if it turns into something.
Yep.
It's costing the pitcher pitches.
Yep.
Okay, well, there's an error in there on the catcher Powell.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why are we looking over there?
Foul balls can be
Oh, foul ball.
returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Expos trying to walk it off here. They got to score 3 in the bottom of this inning, which is no small task, but I mean, they've scored 10 and 4, so why not? They're averaging, what would that be? That'd be 3 1/3 or 3 1/4, 3.25 per inning.
4 and 10 and 4.
2.5.
2.5? Oh shoot. Oh yeah, because that's 8. Dang it.
I'm gonna read the code tomorrow morning, let me know. Tell Scott to wear blue ball.
Right fielder.
That'll be
number 15,
strike 3.
Ben Hassett.
And going down on strikes is Tatum Giddings.
Going down to sleep is over.
And despite the error, still a strikeout.
There's always fun in amateur ball.
Eisenbeis' first pitch a ball. He's working rather quickly.
Kids come back home to play amateur ball, and there'd be some 40-year-old
Hassett
baller out there and you tie him
with
up
a
in the
single.
knots 'cause they just weren't used to seeing that kind of stuff.
And triple.
What used to piss me off when I was coming back home from college.
Ben Hassett, 2 for 3.
Slap hitter, left-handed batter, I was left-handed pitcher. Will slap one to left field on me every time.
Inside ball.
You guys need anything
3 and out.
Nope.
after this game? There's pizza next door.
Okay, thank you very much.
Nice.
You guys have treated us very well.
Tell me, Tom. Oil the side.
3-0. Bassett takes a strike there.
Teeth whitened.
Eisenbeis locates.
I was thinking more along the lines of cash.
A fork put in here to bypass the window with a bunch of beer.
I was just gonna say for.
Eisenbeis' pitch. Swing and a miss on a high one. That one likely out of the zone. Hassett gets a little carried away on the 3-1. And
I'll take world peace.
full count. Inside ball 4. And Hassett will take his first walk of the tourney. Trying to score for a 3rd time today. Surprisingly, not one of the people to steal any bases so
The
far.
left fielder, number 18, Kane McLeod.
I'm okay. I'm gonna head out after the game anyway. Thank you, though. Kane McLeod back up. He's had a heck of a day. 3 for 3 with 2 doubles, or 2 singles and a double. 2 runs, 2 RBIs. A lot of 2s going on. Yep.
I like him a lot.
McLeod grounds one back up the middle. Shortstop handles. He'll flip it. Did they step on the bag? It's safe at first. And the ball gets away from the first baseman.
I don't know why the shortstop didn't just take that himself.
That's Jackson Post making the error.
We have an error.
And we got an error.
So instead of a double play, it's only 1. Does Hassett get out? I'm not.
Runner on second.
Okay, Hassett was out.
Right. Well, whoever's on first.
He was out 6-4. Caught steal or fielder's
Number
choice.
12, Lars Kiefer.
And then McLeod reaches on the error on the first baseman and reaches second as well. So there we go.
Yeah, the fact that he got the second was the error.
Lars Kiefer.
Who do we have next? Pierre and Brandon.
There's 2 outs, man on second. And up to bat, Lars Kiefer. Kiefer with a hit by pitch, a strikeout swinging, and a infield bunt single. Ball in the dirt, blocked with a yellow ball. It just has become that over time. Wi-Fi finally getting back to what it was kind of like on my phone yesterday. There will be a full broadcast of this game uploaded in high definition later today when I get back to the hotel. Expected around, I don't know, 8, 9, 10 p.m. That's going to be a fly ball into left. Tracking it and making the grab is the left fielder. Oh, it's all twisted around. That's Cogley now. So the Expos do not put up any,
No runs.
and we will continue the game.
Fifth inning,
Going into the top of the 6th, Expos up 7 runs.
1 man left on base.
They do not put up any.
After 5
Eisenbeiss
innings,
still
the score.
pitching a shutout through 2.
Expos 10, Aberdeen Post 24, 3.
In that inning, no hits turn into no runs. No earned runs. There are 2 errors, and yet nobody gets further than second. And 1 man left on.
We're gonna let Rippentrop start the 6th. That's what I do.
So Rippentrop back out there. You're saying 93 pitches?
I got 90.
93. And the hard cap is you can't start in at bat after 105 or more.
And remember, we're not official, so.
Well, you're definitely close. You're within 1 or 2.
But if we have 105 and he starts to pitch to another batter, don't freak out.
Okay.
They'll know it. They
Green
should know
assault. I get it.
The whole thing about the pitch count is supposed to be, we're supposed to have a little integrity in this game.
Yeah.
I would hope their coach will figure this out.
The line's right, 3, 5, and 4, 10, 11, and 0.
Close enough.
Okay.
McCoy Rippentrop still going.
A lot of times the commissioner has
That's
to
why
pitch
I-
count.
Top of your knee. Yeah, I know. I put 2 and 2. You just didn't want to take credit for it. I get it. Humble.
And there we go. So just talking about it.
In the 6th inning.
Rippentrop coming back out here for the 6th inning.
Joe Cogley.
He's had a great start. 8 strikeouts, allowing 5 runs, walking 2, and hitting none. Or hitting 1.
5 hits is correct.
Close enough.
Top of the 6th. Here's Cogley. Strike 1 taken.
How about the pitches? Last time.
Cogley with a ground out to short and a ground out to second. He's been hitting it up the middle in a kind of slow, poorly placed way. One and 1.
4 errors is correct.
Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Rippentrop
And no errors.
gets a whiff.
So, yep, the line's
Cogley, nothing but wind.
I'm shocked myself even on that one.
1-2. Rippentrop sets up. Fastball flared out of play.
Foul balls can be returned to
Still a
concession
1-2
stand
count.
for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
One-two count. Rippentrop gives him something. It's going to be popped up in the infield. Rippentrop making the grab himself. Out number 1. That was a good little
First
track
baseman,
job there.
number 13, Jackson Post.
And Jackson Post back up. Post trying not to strike out for a 3rd time today, getting the silver sombrero. Ball 1 high. He's struck out swinging both times he's come to the plate against Rippentrop. Well, that one's outside. This is more balls than he's been given in any of his at-bats so far. Well, that we know of. I mean, I'm sure he swung at a few. Most balls taken, I'll say. Fastball fouled away. There's strike 1.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
Post had the error in the last inning, though it didn't end up costing anybody anything. That's going to be hit into foul territory, and watch out, little bullpen area. Strike 2. Now McCoy Rippentrop trying to get the put-away pitch. He struck out Post twice swinging. Could he do it again? I think it was the runaway curveball last time. That's very inside. Does it hit him? It does. So that'll be a hit by pitch on an inside fastball. Rippentrop running right up against the edge here of what he can do.
I thought that once too, but it's like it hit, but apparently we didn't. It should be the last hitter for him.
Well, Rippentrop likely running up against. This could be the last hitter.
The pitcher.
Bennett Eisenbeis now up.
Bennett Eisenbeis.
Eisenbeis pitched to shut out himself in relief here for Aberdeen. Outside ball 1. Eisenbeis 0 for 2 at the plate, however. Swing and a miss. The ball, whoa, what a ricochet. It lost absolutely no momentum hitting off the cobblestone behind home. Came all the way out, like 80% of the way back to the mound. 1-1. Target set high and inside. He throws low and inside. Carter Brager done a good job behind the dish today. Two 2-1. Another one low. And yeah, he's running out of gas here. Over 100 pitches.
Yeah, they'll let him finish the batter, but.
And he's hit the 105, so this will be the final at-bat. Final
We wanna wait, I know we can't be off that.
set here for Rippentrop.
I'm at one.
Pick off. Late.
I'm at 107 right now, so the next one's 108, so.
He can base it.
Yep.
And he goes,
So you get this guy here into a double play.
there you go.
3-1 count.
Job well done.
Fouled away. And the count now full. Rippentrop really getting the most out of this at-bat. Probably not how he would have drawn it up, but still. A full count to Eisenbeis. Fastball outside, ball 4. And that'll be the end of Rippentrop's day.
We got a pinch hitter coming up too.
Right? Oh,
Well, it has to be.
somebody gonna tell him?
No, not my job.
Not my job, but.
Oh, Jace Caldwell coming out of the dugout. He's gonna relieve him, yeah.
We holler at him, I holler at him.
Yep, 5 coming out on deck.
Okay, so
That is Will Hassel.
Eisenbeiss takes that walk, 2 men on, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. McCoy Rippentrop with a fantastic outing. At least strikeouts, only allows 5 hits, walks 3, hits 2.
Looks like 29.
That would be
Burke Eschmeyer going to come out. Eschmeyer, definitely a top shelf arm here for the, definitely a top shelf arm being reached for. The tiebreaker clearly quite important to Coach Caldwell. Let me give you the stats here for Eschmeyer on the season.
Yes. Right here. 0-0, haven't figured out what inning yet.
All right, connection getting a little bit rough around the edges here. But on the season, Burke Eschmeyer pitched 38 innings, 6-1 record, with a 1.226 ERA. Batting average against of 179. So he's one of the stronger arms in the bullpen here. I would have expected him to start at some point in this too. I think they're going to try to keep him at a low pitch count, but hope that he can get through the rest of this thing.
Number 5, Will Haskell.
So Will Haskell will come in to relieve the catcher, which opens its own can of worms. And he's going to pinch hit. First pitch ball from Eschmeyer.
My guess is they will try to keep this guy's pitch count below 30.
Oh, no question.
Kind of hoping for Eschmeyer to finish out the game. Double play, very possible. Force out everywhere but home. That's going to be popped up into shallow right center. Pass it underneath it. He will make the grab. Runner will stay. And there's out number 2 of the inning. First out of the outing for Eschmeyer.
The third baseman.
Hostel flies out.
Paxton Ewing.
And it brings up Ewing, the designated hitter slash third baseman slash I don't know where he'll be next inning. Last time they did a switch, they switched about 8 guys. So. Oh yeah, good point. Only 6. Well, they pulled the pitcher too.
Valid.
Who's on first, what's on second, I don't know who's on third.
1-0 count here for Ewing. He struck out both times he faced Rippentrop. Both of them looking. Swing and a foul tip. Strike 1. Thank you all for tuning into Hard Hats TV today. Full broadcast will be uploaded in high definition later this afternoon, this night, for you to watch on this very YouTube channel. That's turned on and hit into left. It'll be picked up by McLeod. He bobbles it, but they're going to hold the man at third anyways. And the throw also mishandled. So, bases loaded
Center
here.
fielder. Number 3, Yahil Avilas.
Here's the thing, oh no, and it's Avilas.
What?
The bases are loaded, and Avilas is now up. He's 3 for 3 on the day, 2 singles and a double. He accounts for half the hits total for the Smittys here.
See Rippentrop lead the game.
Yeah, really.
That's swung on and hit into center, playing short and making the grab is Lars Kiefer.
Right at him.
And It might not have been pretty, but they get out of trouble. A scoreless top of the sixth, stranding
runs
3
for
runners,
Aberdeen in the sixth
and the
inning.
Expos do
On
their
one
part.
hit,
They're still up 7
no
runs,
errors,
10-3, going
3
into the
men
bottom
left
of the
on base.
sixth.
After 5.5 innings, your score: Rapid City post 22, Expos 10, Aberdeen post 24, 3.
Well, it's a great time for Avila's to get out for the first time. Eschmeyer, definitely a different pitcher than
What'd you have for?
Rippentrop.
Let's see, I had
1 hit
6.
turns into no runs, no earned runs, no errors. 3 men left on, bringing the total up to 7 on the game for the Smittys. And still 10-3. Expos could score 3 here and walk it off, but Eisenbeiss been getting a lot of in-play outs so far.
Looks like 5 is catching.
So
Okay, that was basically a gut switch then.
Hostel going to come in to catch and be the replacement catcher. He came off the bench as the pinch hitter there too, so he'll stay in the same slot. What is he doing? Some kid just threw a hat on top of the. He threw somebody else's hat on top of the awning on the grandstand. He just picked it up and threw it. It's another one of the post 22 kids. How are they going to get that now?
Throw the kid up there.
You can lift somebody up there.
I mean, he looks light enough.
The other older brother was like,
Well, shoot.
That would never have happened.
Number 6.
it's not helping.
He just threw it up there. So there's a hat, a post 22 hat, just on top of the overhang here at Hyde Stadium. I don't know why, but that kid really wanted to get rid of that guy's hat.
Probably a brother.
Yeah, probably.
For Rapid City post 22, Expos.
You can climb
in the sixth
that.
inning. The third
There's
baseman, number 11, Hadley Burris.
Might just live there now. I mean, everybody deserves to wear a hat. Why not the grandstand?
Stay up there until there's a big wind.
Yeah. That's going to end up in the lake. Well, Eisenbeiss back out. He hardly turns when he pitches.
See, that's a good broadcaster. You're noticing everything.
Yeah. 1 out. Slightly high. 2 out. Up to bat here for the Expos is the cleanup man Burris. He's 2 for 3. Had 2 hits in the bottom of the third. That's popped up into right foul territory. And the first baseman going after it. It'll be just beyond his reach. But I see a lot of dust, so he fell down somehow
Balls
there.
can be returned to the concession stand for $1, sponsored by Hawaii Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
So foul ball will be strike 1 to Burris. He swings and hits one hard into right field. That one got some carry, but it'll be caught.
Hit it hard for an out.
Playing deep is the right fielder Dutenhofer for the first out of the inning. And Eisenbeiss just continues to have.
Raymond Juvie.
He just continues to pitch a good game on the mound. Oh, here's Juvie. Strike 1. We saw Juvie some yesterday. I think he should be eligible to be back Sunday, I would assume. They pulled him right before he hit something. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. No, I'm not seeing like a crying kid right now that lost their hat.
Yeah, I think Julie can come back.
Yeah. 0-2. Breaking ball, a little inside. All of them are just kind of arching balls. I don't know if there's really a fastball. I think he's just throwing like 2 different pitches at different speeds. Oh, called strike. And that'll be a K. Number 3 of the game. First one looking. And what an outing from Bennett Eisenbeis.
Dawson Inhofer.
Eisenbeis has allowed no hits, walked 1, has 3 strikeouts over 2 and 2/3 shutout.
It just shows that you can throw strikes and hit your spots. You don't have to throw it 100 miles an hour to get kids out. Or adults either, as far as that goes.
1 out. That's popped up and foul.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1, sponsored by Wahi Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
One. Swung on and lined hard into center field. The second baseman might have been able to get there. And just didn't, no lunging, no attempt from the second baseman, Carson Borgie. And that'll get into center for a single for Dawson Inhofer.
The catcher, number 23, Carter Rager.
Well, Inhofer on the bases. That means stealing is afoot.
I get it, stealing is afoot.
And Brager, who has reached base twice on a walk and a hit by pitch. Technically 0 for 1 on the day. He takes off, and they're not going to get him at second. Wait, why? Why? He didn't realize. Just get back to first. What in the... Okay. Well, Dawson Inhofer, a guy who I've seen beat out that particular thing about 3 times this year, for some reason stops before getting to second, thinking that there's going to be a throw that'll get him. And very odd, cramped out on the bases for Dawson Inhofer.
1 hit. No
Does that go down as a caught stealing
no
or a
men left on
pickup?
base.
Caught stealing.
After 6
Okay.
innings, your score. Rapid City Post
So
22,
a
Expos
1-3.
10. Aberdeen Post 24, 3.
1-3-6-1
1-3-6-1.
will be the way that goes down. Well, that's a very odd caught stealing, and that'll be the inning. So we go into the final frame here, and the Smittys have taken the Expos the distance. It's 10-3. Want to keep that runs allowed total down. We need the Smittys to get a few off of Watertown tomorrow. Technically, both teams could pitch shutouts, and the Expos would be able to win it. But they have to play a 2-0 Sioux Falls West team tomorrow. That is going to be a tough out. And they need to win that game. And even then, they have to win a tiebreaker as well. So do not control their own destiny here. Not really. Casualty. Well, Eschmeyer back out. They're going to keep his pitch count. They're going to monitor it very closely, I would assume. But they want him to finish out the game if he can, under the pitch count. Still got plenty of arms in the bullpen, but 3 possible games remaining here at this tournament over the next 2 days.
My guess is if he gets up to 30, he's coming out.
For Aberdeen Post 24 in the 7th inning, the shortstop,
Well.
number 1, Ridley Waldo.
got him with 6 last inning, so
Yeah,
that's
that's 7. You got plenty of room.
Curveball grounded right back to Eschmeyer. He'll take it and underhand it to first base himself for the first out. So a 1-3 will
Second baseman.
be
number
the first
11,
out of the inning.
Carson Borgie.
That's actually the second time in a row that Ridley Waldo has grounded out to the pitcher. Kind of unlucky. Or he just keeps hitting them 2 feet in front of him. That's going to be popped up out of play. Strike 1.
Foul balls can be returned to the concession stand for $1. Sponsored by Hawaii Glass and the Lawn Chair Game.
For some reason, with those red tops and black pants, they just look to me like a marching band over there.
All right. Well, 1-1. The count here for Eschmeyer to Borgie. Borgie has 2 hits, a triple and a single. Second ball taken. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Two and two. Oh, I'm just now seeing the chat for the first time in a while. Sorry about that. I don't remember how Hassett got out. Are we talking about the first time? He flew out to center once. And then he was out in a fielder's choice in the 5th. And a full broadcast will be uploaded in good resolution at the end of this. That's grounded. Weird hop. Good handle from Juvie, and he'll make the out. Fine play from Juvie. His second time making a highlight play at second today.
The right fielder, number 2, Mike Dudenhofer.
And Dudenhofer now up. 0 for 3. 2 strikeouts looking. But that was against Rippentrop. Eschmeyer trying to finish this game out. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Oh, 1 count. Curveball just outside. And I will have to quickly pack up today. No opening ceremony afterwards. 1-1. Fouled away. Bang.
They haven't figured out how to get the hat down yet.
No, somebody's got like a broom. They're going to try. They've got a broom there. I think it's the little Hollick boy's hat. Ball in the dirt. And he does look quite upset
They're
about
bringing
it.
a picnic table over to stand.
Oh, yeah. The metal table. Then they got the broom. But I'm guessing they should get an adult up there with the broom, not one of the kids. I don't think they're tall enough. Oh, there they go. We've got a recovery.
Yay.
And they got the hat.
3-2 count on that.
And we got a full count.
not that anybody cares.
Yeah, exactly. We're all invested in the hat. Eschmeyer delivers, swung on hard and through into left field. That'll be a single, and the Smittys prolong this game. Dudenhofer gets his first hit of the
Right
day.
fielder, number 8, Joe Cogley.
Eschmeyer going to be running up against him. That was a pretty long at bat. Eschmeyer, ball in the dirt.
I think that picnic table would have been hot to carry.
Yeah, but the part they're touching is underneath.
Yeah, still.
1-0.
Somebody warming, so they're not letting him go past 30.
2 balls, no strikes.
22.
Grounded hard and backhanded play from Inhofer, but he can't do anything with it.
Nice grab,
And that'll be another hit. So will they keep Eschmeyer in? We'll see.
23.
They've got somebody warming up out there and right.
The first baseman, number 13, Jackson Post.
So that'll be an infield single for Cogley, his first hit of the day as well.
Yeah, that's like, I've got 23.
And they're going to come see Eschmeyer. I think they're not going to take their chances here. They're not going to take their chances with 2 outs.
Mm-hmm. At least they'll have them tomorrow.
I don't know who's warming up out there, but somebody's warming up out there. Might just bring in a whole new pitcher to get 1 out. 2 on, 2 out.
Well, you don't care about using them tomorrow, they can still let it go.
Yeah.
If they don't care about Sundays, we get to 45.
Well, Eschmeyer's still going to keep pitching. He's got 7 pitches before he hits the 30 pitch, 7 pitches before he, or 6 pitches before he hits that 30 pitch threshold to be held out 1 day, which would be tomorrow. You'd still be eligible to come back on Sunday.
You know,
Ball low.
written, under 30, no risk required, 31 to 45, 1 day rest. What happens if he's exactly 30?
I think he has to take the night off.
It says under.
Just half a day.
It says 31 to
This says
45.
1 third here.
Oh, okay,
So yeah, and there it was wrong, I think.
okay.
But I think it's 30 and under.
1 out. Popped up. That could be it. Eschmeyer underneath it, giving way. The third baseman. No, he will make the grab himself, and that'll end the game there. So Burke Eschmeyer finishes it out. The Expos cruise to a 10-3 victory on the back of an 8-run bottom of the third.
In the 7th inning,
Tons of hit.
on 2 hits.
No errors throughout the game. 10 runs on 12 hits, no errors. A very well-played game all around. But they do allow 3 runs. They now are 1-1, needing a little bit of help from Aberdeen, running up a few runs, and they need to win tomorrow over the 2-0, presently 5-seeded Sioux Falls East, or Sioux Falls West team. So that's the situation. Thank you all for watching. This will all be uploaded after, at the end of the night here. You just stay tuned. It's going to be uploaded in full video quality for you to watch back on the Hard Hats TV YouTube channel where you're watching this right now. So thank you all for watching. I will see you tomorrow against Sioux Falls West. We will know where we stand at that point, but need a little bit of help if we're going to make it to the championship Sunday. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the night. Final score, 10-3.